So it's been a while. A lot of different changes with the move, a lot of adjustments. It's had me offline. But it also gave me an opportunity to do a lot of reflection and a lot of research. And I wanted to share with you a powerful story that I came across. And it's something that we're all familiar with, the Statue of David by Michelangelo. Um, but I don't think that we really understand the significance of the story behind it and how that relates to the process of creating and improving and releasing the masterpiece that's inside of us. And so I wanted to run through a couple things that I found really powerful about it. So it was commissioned in 1501. This was a time when the Florentine Republic was really trying to break away from the Medici rule in Italy. And so there was a constant threat of aggression, a lot of stress in the area. And they commissioned Michelangelo to do this statue. And it was supposed to represent a hero for the Florentine Republic. Um, so when he accepted this commission, he was given a block of marble which had been exposed and damaged uh, for 40 years by the elements because the person that was originally commissioned for the statue just, walked away from it, basically. Um, Michelangelo said that David was something that as soon as he saw the block of marble, he saw David in it. And all he did was release David from the confines of the stone through in careful and incremental and intentional chipping, uh, intentional shaping. He created this fierce protector, right, that was embodied with confidence, a calm confidence to itself. And, you could actually see an intellect in the face of the statue. Uh, and I think that this is really a perfect metaphor for the process necessary for releasing the greatest selves that's contained within us. See, every experience, every understanding, every ability, everything we think or do makes an imprint on our brain, a neural pathway. The more frequent the experience, the more frequent the action, the more common the exposure, the more prevalent, the stronger the connection, the more prevalent of an effect or presence it has in our day-to-day lives, in our overall scheme of behaviors and thought patterns and things like this. Um, and what we don't think about is the fact that from birth, we are just bombarded with negativity. Our parents do it unintentionally by constantly, the constant, no, don't do this, no, don't do that, don't say this, don't think that. The news, I mean, you turn on the news program and all you hear is death, right? Disease, famine, pestilence, right? All of the horsemen. Um, and these have imprints, right? And how deep of connections are these formed if that's what we're exposed to so often? Now, the danger of this is this creates a platform for an underlying pessimistic view about society, about life, about opportunity, about our species. Uh, there is an art to the science of self-improvement, right? And I really, really think that it's a lot like sculpting. You can't just cut out, you just can't remove these neural pathways that develop. You can't just take the chisel and just beat it with the hammer and okay, I don't like that behavior pattern, so I'm just going to knock it completely out. You have to have great patience and real purposeful learning, real purposeful actions, real purposeful thought process to release the masterpiece that is inside of you. It's there. And even if you can't see it right off the bat, if you continue to intentionally engage in learning and engage in the application of that, then what you'll see happen is just this complete metamorphosis of the stone that you're chained in as you slowly chisel away the pieces, and you're going to see this great masterpiece that really lays underneath, just dying and begging to come out. So take the time to really think about it. Take the time for reflection. Take the time for learning. Expend the effort for growth. Um, I can only speak on my experience. I can only speak on what this has done for my life. Uh, and does that mean that I don't go through difficulties, or I don't go through challenges, or I don't have things that I have to be that concern me? No. What it means is that I've learned how to be more resilient in the face of that, more optimistic in the outcomes, more realistically optimistic in the outcomes, more confident in my ability to meet these type of challenges and these growth opportunities. Because these are really the moments that make us grow, the ones that are hard, the ones that are challenging, the ones that are a little bit scary, or even a lot scary. The greater the effort, the greater the growth. And one of the most beautiful quotes I ever ran across was, once you've stretched a person's mind, they can never return to the same shape. And I'll tell you, all this learning has definitely stretched my mind. Um, and I like to pay it forward. I like to give, you know, my view on how this has affected me, and maybe it'll give somebody an opportunity to see some way it relates to them, or be a moment that really helps them catch on. So, in customary fashion, thank you for the blessing of another day, and I hope yours is as great as mine. Talk to you later.